Mudslinger 2 back at you. Today we're going to go over stringing a reel with braided fishing line. Now, you cannot just take braided fishing line and put it over the arbor on your reel. If you do, it'll slip, it doesn't stretch. If you got good braided line, it doesn't stretch much. But you want that stretch on the arbor, so you're going to take a mono, you're going to join them together. Got about 9 foot of mono. This is a 50-pound braided Power Pro. What I'm using to connect to the arbor is a 20-pound mono spider wire. You want to cut you about 9 foot of that, and then we're going to tie a double fisherman's knot in this, and then an arbor knot around the reel. And I'll show you now. Alright, so we have our 2 lines here that we're going to join. So we're going to take our braid, we're going to go back around, back around, if I can grab it. Okay, back around, back around. We'll go back around one more time. And we're going to go through all of these loops here. When we pull this, it's going to make a double knot. So then now what we're going to do, I'm going to pull, it looks like a weak spot right there in the line, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut that off. Just because I don't need that in the middle of my knot, so. But, so now we're going to go over this line. We're going to go back over it. Back over it. One more time. Then we're going to take our line, we're going to go through this loop. A little kink in it, so I can't really do it all at the same time. Through that loop, and through that loop. Then we're going to pull that. That's going to make our next knot here. I don't know if you can see it. But, so we're going to pull our mono, make that knot. We're going to pull our braid, make that knot. We're going to take both ends, the mono and the braid, and pull them together. At the end, you're going to have a double fisherman's knot. So what we'll do there is, once you pull them kind of tight, you really won't have a stretch factor because you already stretched it. So pull you off, you know, just about a 1/8 of an inch, something like that. And that, now your lines are joined together. You're gonna have the mono to stretch around your arbor on your fish. All right, so we're gonna tie an arbor knot around the fishing reel's arbor. I'll show you how to tie an arbor knot right here. All right, so what we got here is we're looking at as far as line length. If you got a lightweight spinning reel, you're talking about roughly 100 foot of line. Now you don't want to, when you fill it up, you don't want to go past the end of your reel guide, your arbor guide here. You want to fill it up where it's about even. If you fill it up a little more than that, it's going to get in the way of your guides. It's going to make for a wonky cast. You don't want that. So for a lightweight spinning reel, you're talking about roughly 100 foot of line, maybe 75 foot. You can judge that. For heavyweight spinning reel, I don't own any. I'm into catching anywhere from 5 to 40 pound catfish. You're catching 300 pound tuna, you're in a deal I don't know about. So, but then if you go to a spin cast reel, I like my spin cast reels. This old Zebco 33 is a medium weight reel. I can pull a 40 pound fish up with this, 40, 50 pound fish up with this, no problem. When we go to this kind of reel, we're talking, this reel will hold probably 200 foot of line. It's 200 foot of line to be pretty much most of the way up to the housing. So typically you don't want to fill a reel all the way up to the top of the flywheel. You want to back it down a little bit. So for a medium grade spin cast reel, I would recommend you go with about 150 foot of line. That'll give you a smoother cast when you're on your way out. If the line's all the way up to the top, it's just going to, you're not going to cast as far. When it's coming out, it's going to drag a little bit. So if you keep it down to about 150 foot on your medium size spin cast reels, you'll get a decent cast. So that's what we're going for here. All right, so we're gonna make an arbor knot around this reel. Same thing with a spinning reel, no different. What you gotta do though, is you gotta figure out which way the reel it's pulling it in. So it's pulling it in this way. So what you want is as you're pulling it in, you want your line to be tightening instead of not pulling on that knot. So since our line is going this way, we're gonna wrap around this way. An arbor knot is simple. You're gonna tie a regular knot. You're gonna tie a regular knot. You loop around the incoming line. You tie a regular knot. That's it. Pull that straight. Since it's fishing line, it's not going to go anywhere. It's gonna slip. It's gonna do what it's designed to do. It's gonna slip like crazy. So what you do on the top here is you tie on the same line, you tie another knot. Pull that tight, that last knot. Let's see what we got here. We got 2 knots. clip that one up with about an 1/8 inch of line, and then just pull on it. As you pull on this, it'll slip. Eventually, the two knots will meet. So the second knot keeps the line from slipping through the first knot. And you put your face on your reel, or if you got a spin cast, you just leave it there. Now we'll reel this up. So with 150 foot of line on a spin cast reel, this is what we're looking at here. Your reel's about 3/4, maybe 85% full. You really don't want to go past that. Same thing with a spin cast, a spinning reel. You want to keep them down. You do not want to fill a reel all the way up. Obviously, we'll throw this out. I just wound it up. I put a little tension on it. As you throw it out in the water and you pull it back, it's going to have a little more tension on it. It's going to wind down. It'll be a little bit less full, and that's what we want. So go ahead and throw me a like. Hit me with a subscribe. You guys keep liking them, I'll keep putting them out. Hopefully helping somebody with something that they've been wondering about. Give you some answers to some questions.